right, ladies and gentlemen.
So in 3, 2, 1, and welcome back to Pro and Noob. We are, for the first time, weekly with DanDaDan.
Yes, indeed.
And it's taken nearly a whole season and a half to get here. But weekly, episode 4 of season 2.
Yes.
Mitch 692, Jarod. So, where are we sitting?
Okay, you're sure the movie ended last week, right?
The movie ended last week, yeah.
God, it should have ended here.
It should have, shouldn't it?
Oh my God,
I'm glad it did.
Here.
I'm glad it didn't, because I wouldn't want a moment like that, like the ending of this episode, to be the ending of the movie. Like, no, this is.
Why not?
No, this is for the TV people. It's for the weekly people. Yeah.
Nah, this is really good. I'm gonna say up top, I don't know how much I have to say. These are one of those instances where it's like, this was good. This was really good, and I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed the characterization. I'm looking forward to some expansion on why Momo's powers aren't working.
I think that's purely because the ball goes through them. It's just like a slight disruption thing.
The what?
The ball. You know, Evil Eye's ball. The cursed, screaming. Yeah, that goes straight through him. And she has that little moment.
Okay, because she was still having trouble using it whenever she went to go rescue Okarun. And I wasn't sure if we were having like a Spider-Man 2, like, you know, psychosomatic blockage of the powers. But no, that was this was really good. I love when reinforcements arrive.
How do we feel? There's only one correct answer here.
When reinforcements arrive, and it just always puts a smile on my face when our person is getting their shit kicked in, and Pete backs her against the wall, and it's like, this looks like an unwinnable fight. And then the cavalry comes in, baby. And it's like, and the fucking tables turn. And it's and even if the tables don't fully turn, now it's a fair fight. It could go either way.
Yep.
Inject that in my fucking veins.
Juice him, Tatsu. Go on, juice him.
That's my shit. Oh, God, that felt good. Because like I said, Monk Homie shows up, gives some support, helps get the creepy family off her back. Okay, cool. We got backup. And it's like, okay, we got to team up. I'm like, okay, cool, unified front. And then my boy shows up to play. My boy comes in and starts running fades on Gigi. Just running the ones on Gigi. Man, like, oh, fuck. That shit had me hyped. We
appreciate a Mr. Mantis Shrimp fan in this house.
Dude, that's my man. Like, dude, like he came down kind of like the silhouette, and I was like, there it is. I was like, it's a wrap. Back it up, Gigi. GG's GG. It's over.
Yeah.
Get ready for straight hands. And then Seiko comes in with the bat, bro. Like, oh my God. Great fight. And then we had Taru.
It's nice that Seiko actually gets something to do.
Like I said, season. Like, and like, here's my thing. I love when you have a character who gets a lot of time to be like, hey, I'm older, I'm wizened, I've been around the block, I know my way around this shit. You know, like, I'm a seasoned veteran. Let somebody try with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we get that whenever Seiko goes toe-to-toe with Okarun in season 1 for a little bit. But even then, like, Okarun's like so brand new to having these powers. Seiko has home field advantage. Like, you know, in a vacuum, what is any of this really?
Exactly.
You know? But Seiko, unable to tap into any magic because she's out of her zone. She just has to go straight melee with this angry, evil spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, she has support to make up for no magic, no ability to tap into the spirits, whatever. But right then, it is mano a mano. And like,
Just pum, pum.
just
It's so good.
beating
It's so
ass. Just
So
beating
good.
ass, man. Like, it's like, it felt like DanDaDan's answer to Yoda pulling up an Attack of the Clones.
I get it.
Like
Yeah.
like I said, it's not a secret. I have lots of opinions about Yoda. But there are a few things colder in the prequel trilogy than both times, quite frankly. Yoda pulls up, and both times he just straight aura farms on a Sith Lord and just pulls the robe back like Clint Eastwood in a thing that I still maintain is wildly out of character for him, despite how cool it is to just.
It is. It
pull
very
his
much is.
robe
It
back.
very much.
Words of the great American poet Will Smith. Don't make me put my hand where my hip be at, and just pulls that shit back, flashes the lightsaber, pulls it in, and is like, okay, it's time for me to start beating ass. Congratulations, you have put me in a situation where I now need to beat the dog shit out of you. I love that. I love that as a trope. I love when the cavalry arrives, but I love when the wizened, like, master OG character has an excuse to be like, this is why I'm so seasoned, is because I cut my teeth on motherfuckers like you.
It's also very much like an inherent Japanese thing. Because in the West, it's when you're old, you are frail, you are past it, you can't do much. But over there, it's like, no, you have the experience. There's a reason why they're known for this. They have the experience. They might not be as good as they once were.
Yeah.
Physically. But
it may not be as the refinement, may not be there anymore. But the skill and the know-how remains.
They will still crack your skull at moments.
Yeah, you're still going to get your shit beat in.
Yeah.
It may not be as elegantly beat in as it would have been however many years ago, but the shit will be beat in. No, that was just so much fun. I got to see a return of the funniest thing I think I've seen in anime so far. Just again, apology to ears. Love it, man. I love it. There's just something inherently funny about somebody just screaming as they sprint up to you. Like, that is just inherently funny, and maybe I am unintelligent and I just appreciate loud. Sometimes loud is funny.
Or maybe it takes the intelligence to appreciate the loud.
Maybe.
You know those IQ memes where you start off like here, like loud's not funny, or like loud's funny, loud's not funny, loud's funny. And you have that moment, you go past the point.
There's like a pretentious event horizon.
Exactly, yeah. Which side Jarod's on is up for debate, but it's one or two. It's got a good chance to be on the good side.
I don't think I'm that pretentious. I think I take myself.
I think you. Nothing but love. I think you can be sometimes.
Nick, you think I can be?
I think it's part of the character, though. Part of the charm.
I would say it's part of the charm because I also don't think I play a character on air. We've talked about this before. I think the only difference between me off air and me on air is that, like, I'm much meaner about people who I think are bad for the space. Like I say some heinous shit about people I don't like. Like, I will talk about people I don't care for, people I think are like a net negative or toxic to the environments we occupy. I will say not nice shit about them on air. Off air, the shit I say is a lot more charged.
Cancelable.
I mean, sometimes it can be cancelable.
He has to say that for legal reasons.
Not cancelable in terms of like the content of what I'm saying, but cancelable in terms of the level of venom involved. But yeah, am I pretentious? Oh, Mitch,
I don't think you're inherently pretentious. I've always taken it as the character of Jarod at some points plays on being pretentious. Like how I always get the impression that Alden plays at being pretentious occasionally.
I think Alden and I have joked before that like he and I are the same guy in different fonts.
Yeah.
I think the only difference...
One's Arial, one's Times New Roman.
Yeah.
Scott is the Comic Sans. That's my chair. If you heard that, that's not me. I promise you.
I didn't hear it. No, I believe you. I've heard many a moment where like this thing will squeak and it sounds like I had a little...
I will always own up to the fart. No, I'm proud.
Oh, no. I mean, the joke that Alden and I make is that I am a version of Alden Diaz that still has hope in the world.
Yeah.
And that is that
you are that meme of the there's the two girls in the car. One's the rainbow head, one's the goth. That is you and Alden. Because just replace the rainbow hair with the Roosevelt shirts.
Yeah. He's like, he's like all black turtleneck denim shirt. Yeah. And then there's me and this like Technicolor fucking vibrant nonsense. I really want to keep talking about DanDaDan, but I'm trying to figure out if I'm pretentious or not.
Oh, this is the litmus test. How do we feel about Chiquitita?
Oh, she's adorable.
He's the son.
He? Okay, I hear Chiquitita and I think like ABBA little girl, but
I mean it's for ABBA because Mr. Mantis Shrimp sings ABBA in the Serpo arc.
Yeah.
But it's Chiquitita's the son.
Okay. He's adorable.
I can't figure out if he's voiced by the person that plays Mari in the Rebuild movies. Because the whole coming in singing is very Mari.
It is.
And I can't figure out if it's the same voice, and I don't know if they've announced who the English voice actor for Chiquitita is yet. But listen, I've seen it 3 times now, and all 3 times I'm like, this is just fucking Mari.
No, I think Chiquitita's cute. There's not a whole lot of meat on the bone. The song is very funny. It's like I can't imagine being a kid and not wanting to score my dad and all of his weird friends on Earth rushing into battle. I too would want to make a song about it. I thought that was cute.
There you go. You're not pretentious. You passed the test.
I think to be pretentious, one has to think of themselves above it. And I take a very anti genre fiction.
So double negative.
No, I get frustrated and hate on people who turn their nose up at genre.
Yeah.
That. I think that's a defining trait of like my voice in the space is the people who try to like be above comic booky silliness and, the pulpiness of Star Wars, that the people who try to be above that are people who like always gain my animus.
That's a good word.
And I think that, thank you. So I think big word woke, tune in to Comic Book Cast.
Ironically, not a big word, but yeah.
SAT word woke. That's something Taylor hits me with all the time. Like she low-key accuses me of being pretentious because I speak the way that I speak, and I don't do it on purpose. I don't do it as like a point of trying to be a thing. That's just how I speak. And sometimes she'll just shake her head at me.
I get that. Because I don't talk. I do a little bit, but like my accent, how I talk, isn't reflective of my area, right? And
I know what you mean.
So many times you get you're posh. Stop trying to be posh. Fuck off. It's like I'm not trying to be posh. Like I know a word. I use the word.
Yeah, and I get that. she'll be like, Jarod, are you studying for the SATs? I'm like, no. And she's like, why the fuck did you use that word? And I want to make it abundantly clear. Taylor is brilliant. She is one of, if not the smartest person I know. She's so brilliant. But like, she also just like takes the piss out of me because like she, I speak the way that I speak.
She's smart enough to.
She's smart enough to chin check me in that way. And it's why I love her. But
just like how I found this episode to be quite smart. Not the episode as a whole, the way they handle and it all comes together.
Yeah, if I have any complaint, I think the figuring out what the serpent myth is happened just kind of suddenly and without any like, like it's like one line of dialogue from 2 episodes ago that Momo kind of like Kaiser Soze's her way into.
Figuring out it's I don't think it really ever puts a stamp on it, but the whole like hold on, it's all just a misinterpret. It's up for interpretation, more side of things.
Yeah, and I like that. It's just I was a little like, oh, okay. It felt not. I don't want to say contrived.
I say please don't. I've had enough of that word.
But if it was just like, oh, okay, that was that just kind of happened there.
That's fair enough.
I liked it. I thought it was a fun little twist where it's like so much of this show has been oh yeah, this thing I read on a forum about this cryptid is 100% accurate, and we can use that to our advantage. With so much of that fun little turn of sometimes there's just urban legends. Sometimes it's just folklore. Sometimes it's just folklore, and it's not rooted in any type of reality or cryptozoology or parascience or anything like that. It's just a myth.
I also find it interesting that they do that when Okaru's not involved in the fight.
Yeah.
When he's off the board. It's a very interesting time to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And like one could argue it would have been more interesting to do it when he's there.
Sure.
To put him in a position where he cannot rely on his like inherent knowledge of the paranormal and the supernatural. But it's still, it was an interesting turn. I almost wish that Okaru was there so that they could have him be like, no, it's this, it's got to be that. It's like, no, it's just ancient people didn't understand fucking geysers, bro. That's it.
Infinitely
that's all.
Funnier though. Infinitely funnier.
Is but yeah, but no, I like that.
I also like that it's just for the first time, really, it's Momo's moment.
Yes.
The moment.
Yeah, which and it came very nicely here. We talked about how so much of the Evil Eye stuff is Okaru having to go it alone. That like the reason Okaru and Momo work so well together, their synergy interpersonally, but also their ability, their powers are so synergistic. That there is a synergy there of like, I'm this like super speed bullet, and you have the kind of like psionic construct, telekinesis, whatever. They work so well together. So putting Okaru in a situation where he just kind of has to brute force his way through it, and then putting Momo in a situation where she has to kind of like brain tease out how to solve this problem. And then she gets the brute force backup, where, even without her powers, it's like she is at a severe disadvantage. And then the cavalry arrives and everybody, and it's equal parts out thinking and out fighting Gigi. Really, really liked and appreciated that. One other nugget, just to comment on it, and then we don't have to linger on it.
I have a feeling what you're going to say. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to let you say it, but I have a feeling what you're going to do.
The reunion was almost perfect.
Yeah,
it was almost perfect.
Is that first initial bit?
Yeah, and it could have just been like, because it didn't even register to me that his face fell into her breasts.
My
it didn't even register to me until I'll keep my distance, I promise. And for fucking Christ, like, just let it be the moment. Like, it's just I don't get it. I don't get the humor. I really don't.
With that, my justification is the wrong word. The way I look at it is it's going back to it's Okarin remembering how Momo was in the Serpo arc, where she calls him a perv and pushes him away. Obviously, he's butt naked, but he does get on top of her. It's him remembering that moment. It's not inherently he fell on her tits.
Yeah,
but you could make the argument that the angle where it is from her perspective looking down makes it about that. But I don't think inherently that's the angle they're going for.
No,
I think
know.
it is more he's conscious and self-aware of what's happened in the past. And it is playing into they obviously like each other. They don't know that they like each other. They don't know how to express that.
Sure. And again, it's just that thing for me where it's just like.
But I am with you. It is. It wasn't needed at that moment,
and they win it.
It feels like it's there to be there,
and they win it back where Momo like doesn't even engage with it and just immediately hugs him. Like, they win me back there, and it's a beautiful moment. It's just like it just them.
I wish they lingered on it that little tiny bit longer.
It's just her being so upset by the fact that we got lucky. The only reason you're alive is because we got lucky with the timing of the goop coming out of the worm.
You know where the luck's come from, right?
Yeah, I know it's Turbo Granny, but
big ups Hellcat. Right?
Big ups to Hellcat, but again, like, it's just like I heard like, oh my god, like this could have happened, this could have gone so horribly, and her freaking out about it. It's such a great moment, and it just feels so kind of briefly skewered by, oh no, my face is in your titties, and it's like, come on, guys.
Do you know what it is? It's the DanDaDan version of everyone going, I wish the MCU wouldn't undercut everything with a joke.
Yeah, I mean, to a point, yes. I mean, I think a lot of the time
it's not a direct.
Of course, because you and I know that the MCU doesn't actually do that. It's the way people have gaslit themselves.
It's got that extra layer of it's having the anime bullshit moment in there as well.
Yeah, and that kind of took away from the moment, but nonetheless, it does still work for me, and it did make me happy.
I do completely agree with you. I just people should know this by now. I choose to just outright ignore so much of it and focus on the other half.
Of course, and that's part of the not necessarily the issue, but one of the like built-in caveats with this experiment you and I are doing, right? Is that like, it's my first exposure to so much of this. In terms of genre, in terms of convention, in terms of art form stuff, that like for me, it is the thing that kept me from engaging with this art for as long as it did. Is moments like this, kind of like undercutting.
But then you get moments that are directly after it.
Yes, I appreciate it for that. But yeah, like I said, I don't have a lot for this one, but I really, really, really like this episode. There's a lot of fun. Some incredible action, remarkable fight choreography.
The action's really fucking good in this. They do the typical, we're going to focus on the movement as opposed to details and animation.
Yeah.
Which I always have to stop myself and be like, don't say it looks bad. It doesn't look bad. And it goes all the way back to like Naruto. I think it's the original Naruto. I think it's the end of that season. And there's a moment everyone always complained about, and I think it was like my first exposure to people being like, animation's bad because it goes. They clearly focus on the movement and the speed in Naruto at this one specific point, and it does suffer, and it does kind of look funky, and they do a similar thing here, but not to the same extent. And it's like, no, appreciate you for the movement of it, not the detail, because the detail isn't the focus. And so I had to remind myself of that constantly. It's like, no, they're doing the correct thing here. So it doesn't help as well. There's a moment when the Kitos are chasing Momo through the street and they do JPEGs. And it's just, we're going to animate her mouth talking, but everything else is just, nah.
Or when they just cut to the trees and don't show any of the trees.
Yeah.
Which, I have no opinion on in either direction. But yeah, like I said, not a whole lot for me today, but I really did like this episode. And also
the music. I just need to say, the DanDaDan does something with the piano. And he did it last season as well with the Acro Silky flashback. But the way, whoever they've got doing their piano needs to stop coming for me. The outright attacks, just 24/7. I appreciate it, and I'm terrified for my life. I'm a grown man. I shouldn't be scared of a piano, but I am. But it works. It's just hits me in my soul. But yeah, it should be the end of the arc next week.
Okay,
it should be the end of the arc next week. It might go over another one. I'm not entirely sure. It might even be like how season 1 did it, where 6 is half and half, which is kind of what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
It's the end of the arc. And I think it is fair to say, even when it's not finished, it's finished, but it's not, because you haven't got the epilogue part of it, I guess. But Evil Eye's hands down the best one so far.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down the best one.
100%. I think it's no contest.
I agree. I think the other arcs do bits better than Evil Eye individually, but as a whole.
Well, this makes sense. This is like I could show somebody plus this episode, like the movie plus this episode, and it feel like the most of like this story and very satisfying.
It's what DanDaDan's all about.
Hell yeah. I will say, as a fun little side bit, this past weekend, I sat down with my dear friend Levi to finally finish
Code Geass. Code Geass. Yeah, you did.
And incredible fucking ending. That second season hits a terminal velocity of asking what is the most insane decision we can make, and then making that decision. And the show ends in such a way that justifies every out of its mind choice it makes up to that point. It's I don't want to make it sound like I wasn't invested in the story, but like I was invested in it in such a way where it's like, you know what, if you want to keep making batshit crazy decisions, I'm with you, even if it is detrimental, even if it's a detriment to the story you're trying to tell. I am okay with you making buck wild choices for the sake of making buck wild choices. And then it puts such a brilliant bow on it with that ending by putting everything in high, recontextualizing every event up to that point. Fucking phenomenal. But we were watching, but when we were hanging out, Levi made a joke. Because he watched, I think, like the first half of our DanDaDan coverage and then didn't get a chance to watch the rest of it yet. And he made a joke where he's like, and he, and Levi, he was like, Jarod, I think you're overthinking DanDaDan. And I was like, no, I'm not. And he's like, and he goes, you do understand that Mitch himself said he gave you DanDaDan as a break from Ava, Bebop, as like it's just a fun beat 'em up. You know, you're not supposed to be thinking
it's more than a fun beat 'em up, because it is a lot more about the character dynamics, and I know you're going to appreciate how it goes.
Yeah, and I think he knows that as well. But I think he was like, like making fun of me, basically doing these like 20-minute long treatises on like the complexities of puberty and you're not
wrong. It's there.
I told him, I told him, I'm never going to say I think my interpretation is incorrect. I said I think I'm on the money, but again, it is my curse to be given, hey,
here's a fun show about finding your golden testicles. And I'm like, and to that I say, how can you give me a show about a teenage boy finding his golden testicles and it not be about growing up?
Exactly.
But no, he was just very funny. He's like, I think you're overthinking the show a little bit. And I was like, nope, not for a second.
I will say, it's how is it? I think it's 203 chapters now. You're not gonna have an Evangelion moment. No spoilers. You're not gonna have an Evangelion moment.
I haven't noticed any clones, so
that's unfortunate for you.
What?
But
yeah, that's all I got for this one.
Yeah, it's fine, totally fine. We'll be back next week.
I'm going to be thinking a lot about that reaction you had just now. I'm going to be thinking a lot about that now.
Are you going to be thinking about if there is clones, or are you going to be thinking about if I'm bullshitting you or not?
Yes.
Or is it yes? Yeah.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, listen, the only time I will say I overthink things is that I am a prime candidate to remember that when you see hoof prints, it's probably horses and not a zebra. But
I've never heard that in my life, and it's fascinated me.
I'm the kind of guy who intellectually knows horses, but can't help but wonder about zebras.
That's funny. That's really funny. And yeah, that is you to a T. Yeah.
Can't help but wonder if it's a zebra.
I'm going to make a point, if I outlive you, that Scotty or someone makes sure that's on your tombstone. Knew about horses. Couldn't stop thinking about zebras. Also, beloved son. No.
Also, he had a family who loved him very much.
Yeah,
but also,
just in case. But this was Jarod.
But his brain operates only on nitrous oxide and zero gasoline.
Oh, bless you. That's what Alex Jones does to a motherfucker, isn't it?
All right. Well, this is your punishment.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you know what I'm going to do?
Edit that out?
No, I'm going to ask you to send me that clip, and I'm going to edit it over Taru.
What you're going to have to do is just take that chunk out, because I don't have that video anymore.
That's fine. That'll work.
I could maybe find it, but it would take me a while to dig through either my phone or my computer to find it.
I'm going to have it like when Seiko says Taru and before the music kicks in. Just have, all right, ladies and gentlemen.
That's so funny.
That might be the start of the intro to the show. I haven't made an actual edited intro for a long time.
You haven't. That has to be it.
I'm going to do that. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Netflix be fucked or Crunchyroll. That's going to be in there. Unless it just gets taken down straight away, but that's going to be in there.
You'll be able to get away with that, I'm sure. But yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah, we'll catch you next time. So go follow Jarod on the T-Naps. Almost said T-Napples then, and I don't know why. Like, comment, subscribe right here.
I can't eat apples.
Are you plagued by doctors?
No, I have a fresh fruit allergy.
You have fresh fruit in America? That's crazy to me.
So if I walk up, let's say I'm at an orchard, right? If I walk by, hey, pick an apple off a tree, bite into it, I'll get all like itchy and scratchy and like hivey and shit.
That's crazy.
But if it's like
Imagine being
boiled,
allergic to fruit.
if it gets boiled, then I'm fine. But if I just like,
why don't you boil the red 40 out of it? No.
I can eat melons and citrus and stuff. Like I could.
Apples are citrus.
Huh?
Apples are citrus.
Can't eat apples though. Apples, pears, apricots, cherries.
Wow.
Good old weird and scratchy. And it's funny. My mom has that allergy and has the entirety of my life, and I didn't have that problem until I was in high school, and I was helping my friend film a goofy ass short film he was doing for. There's some wild shit in there that would be nuclear grade meme material of me that only I have the skeleton key to find. But for he would film it to put on the morning announcements because we did them as like a news broadcast where I went to high school. We were in the broadcast class.
Of course you were.
But hey, being a news anchor runs in the family, so I got to have my, welcome to WCAT TV. I'm Jarod Bachman Stubbs for lunch today. But he had this scene where I was like eating an apple and was just eating an apple through this little short film. And we just spent like 3 hours shooting, and I was just eating, even when we weren't rolling, I was just eating the apple. And eventually I was like, hey, we got to finish up. He said, what's wrong? I was like, I am having a hard time breathing. And it turns out I inherited my mom's allergy and it's finally manifested and I'm going to die. It's not that bad. I just had I took a Benadryl and took a nap and I woke up in a hot shower and I woke up feeling fine. But I was like, I am like, my body is freaking out at me for eating this apple just out of a bag. And we need to go now.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I'm plagued by doctors. Deeply funny thing you just said. But yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, go check out Nerd Academy. Fantastic Four review coming out tomorrow when you see this. This guy.
Oh, I was going to ask you when it's coming out. Is it going on Monday or is it going on Tuesday?
We're going to record it. We'll probably do what I always do, where I basically post it the moment we're done recording. But by the time people watching this wake up the next day, it will definitely be there. So go check out our Fantastic Four review.
Yeah. So we will catch you all next week. Bye.
Find your ball.